Hello, good afternoon Tribuners. Welcome back with me Mutiara in Indonesia News of Tribun Lampung. We will present you an updating and interesting information from every place in Indonesia. And here are the complete news. The first news is the kidnapping case of a 6-year-old girl in Sawah, Besar ends. Malika Anastasia was kidnapped by a man on route Gunung Sahari 7A, Sawah Besar, Central Jakarta on December 7, 2022. The police finally caught the kidnapper of 6-year-old Malika Anastasia. The boy was previously rushed by scavenger with an auto rickshaw at Gunung Sahari, Central Jakarta. Head of the Criminal Investigation Unit of the Central Jakarta Metro Resort Police Grand Commissioner Adjutant Gunarto said that his party arrested the perpetrator, namely scavenger and recidivist Iwan Sumarno in the Ciledug area, Tangerang. During the arrest, the victim Malika Anastasia was also found safe. Malika was the victim of a man's kidnapping on Gunung Sahari Route 7A, Sawah Besar, Central Jakarta. She was found on Monday, the 2nd of January 2022 in the evening. Malika was kidnapped 26 days ago starting from the 7th December 2022. Meanwhile, when contacting the head of the Criminal Investigation Unit for the Central Jakarta Metro Resort Police Grand Commissioner Adjutant Gunarto said that the perpetrator was arrested on the side of the route and Malika was in the cart pulled by the perpetrator while scavenging. At this time, Gunarto said Malika was being taken to the Republik Indonesia Police Hospital Kramat Jati to receive medical treatment. Meanwhile, Gunarto mentioned the perpetrator himself. Further investigation is still being carried out to find out developments related to this action. Three Kupang Geese fishing boats were damaged by high waves. A total of 3 vessels owned by Kupang Angsa Laut fishermen KUB were damaged due to the impact of strong winds and high waves. This was conveyed by the chairperson of the Seas1 Fishermen KUB, Muhammad Dogan, to the postkupang.com on the 3rd Tuesday of January 2023. The man, who is usually called Dewa, admitted that as many as 3 units of boats owned by fishermen in Oe Sapa, Kupang City, were damaged by the high waves. According to him, due to the damage of the 3 vessels, the fishermen suffered losses of up to 50 to 60 million rupiah. It is said that the damaged ship has been secured by opening the ship's engine, fishing gear and ship's goods so that it can be repaired again. Due to strong winds and high waves, the Kupang Seasman Fishermen's KUB has chosen not to go to sea for 3 weeks. Hundreds of years old Gadang house was burned down. There were 2 reasons for the destruction of the Gadang house, a building closely related to the Minangkabau tribe, especially in direct area, altitude area in West Sumatra. According to him, another factor that is still closely related to the why the Gadang house was abandoned by its owner is the Minang people's habit of going abroad. disruption of the female lineage. For example, it also causes no one to take care of the Gadang house anymore. Like other residents, Darmansyah came to see the fire that destroyed 6 old buildings, including 3 Gadang houses in Jorong Balai Pandan, Nagari Kupang on Wednesday, the 4th of January 2023 in the early morning. Fires, like in many places, as always invite crowds. Darmansyah said that initially, local residents tried to put out the fire using piped water from the regional drinking water company, which had been broken down on the side of the road. The effort was fruitless. The fire grew bigger, devouring the house made of wood so easily. It didn't take long, even though the fire engines were deployed 30 minutes after the first fire appeared. The 6 old houses were already covered in flames. After that, all that was left was the foundation of rubble and charcoal, as well as the cherry pillars supporting the Gadang house and emitting puffs of white smoke. The 3 Gadang houses, says Leeds da Sentosa, had been built hundreds of years ago. The next news is 14 million worth of gold belonging to a police officer's wife has been stolen. Febriawina, 27 years old, the wife of a member of the Traffic Police Directorate for Lampung area, lost 20 grams of gold with a value of around 14 million rupiah on Monday, the 2nd of January 2023. He said the thieves entered his house at Magenta Pagar Alam Housing or behind the Flora Clinic on Pagar Alam Road. He said the mother who worked at home called him around 8 a.m. when he arrived at Ganjar Agung Metro City, Lampung on his way to Bandar Lampung. Febri said that the mother at her house immediately made a video call to inform her that the house had been broken into by thieves. He said apart from that, it was destroyed at the front door and it looked all messy and apparently had been broken into. He said they deployed an investigation team from the City Resort and West Tanjung Karang Police sector to go to the scene of the case. He said this thief was apparently a specialist in breaking into houses with gold lying in the house as his target. Follow-up trial of the corruption case of cooking oil Scarcity. The corruption case in the provision of export facility for crude palm oil or CPO and its derivative products including cooking oil will enter its final round today on Wednesday, the 4th of January 2023. The verdicts against the defendants will be read out by the panel of judges at the Corruption Court at the Central Jakarta District Court. Regarding the verdict that will be read out, a criminal law expert from Al-Azhar University, Indonesia, Suparji Ahmad, alluded that the sensitivity that the panel of judges must have. He reminded the defendant in this case not be given an acquittal. If this happens, it will reduce public confidence in law enforcement efforts in Indonesia. In this case, Suparji also recalled 6 points of facts from the trial that were deemed in accordance with the demands of public prosecutors then. For information, in this case, the public prosecutor has demanded that the assistant team for the coordinating minister for the economy of Republic Indonesia, Webinanto Halimajati alias Lin Che-wei, be sentenced to 8 years in prison. Lin Che-wei is also required to pay a fine of 1 billion rupiah, subsidiary of 6 months in prison. Apart from Lin Che-wei, the prosecutor also demanded that the former Director General of Foreign Trade of Ministry of Trade Indra Sari Wisnuwardana be sentenced to 7 years in prison and a fine of 1 billion rupiah. Two suspected of the laptop terrorism eradication commission prosecutor staff were arrested. SIP and GM, two men who have been named as suspect in a laptop theft case at the Corruption Eradication Commission Prosecutors' house, having their address at Arjuna Road, Wirobrajan, Yogyakarta City, are recidivists. SIP had served a sentence at the Tegal City Reserve Police in a similar case, namely theft with waiting. Meanwhile, GN is a recidivist in the Cipinang area in 2019 in cases of weighty theft, and he is also a recidivist in drug cases in the South Sulawesi region. Regarding the chronology of the arrest of the two suspects, Nuredi explained that it began when the Special Crime Investigation Directorate of DIY Regional Police received information that the alleged perpetrators were in the Dikia, Jakarta area on Sunday, the 1st January 2023. After one day, to be precise, on Monday, the 2nd of January, the operational team from the General Criminal Investigation Directorate of DIY Regional Police succeeded in securing a IP in the Cilincing area, North Jakarta. Case development was carried out until the same day the police arrested the second perpetrator, namely Jian, in the Ciracas area, East Jakarta. The two of them were then taken to DIY Regional Police Headquarters and only arrived in Yogyakarta on Tuesday, 3 January 2022 in the morning. The process of further investigation by the police is still being carried out because the motive for the two of them to carry out the theft of bag belonging to the prosecutor of the Corruption Eradication Commission, initials LAIN, which contained a laptop as well as other items, namely a hard disk and a cell phone, is still unknown to investigators. From the interim inspection, SIP and GN disposed of some of stolen goods in a river. However, whether the items thrown away were laptops, hard disks, or other important items belonging to the victim, it is still unknown. The last news is long queue of trucks at Gunung Lingkas public refueling station. The sight of four-wheeled vehicles queuing to get fuel oil occurred again and was monitored from morning to noon at 11 a.m. at the public refueling station in Gunung Lingkas village. You can see that the line of vehicles waiting to get fuel oil snacked past the Tarakan Depot Pertamina Fuel Terminal Company and almost touched the front area of the landing park Lingkas Ujung Village, Tarakan, North Kalimantan. TRIBUN.com confirmed to Pertamina Depot Tarakan, Azri Ramadan Tambunan, Sales Branch Manager of Ryan 5 East Kalimantan Pertamina Depot Tarakan, revealed that before he explained that the problem of queues for four-wheel vehicles, especially those dominated by trucks carrying sand, one of them he wants to explain regarding the rules for using subsidized biodiesel. Then continue Azri Ramadan. Consumers who use certain means that not all consumers are entitled to get biodiesel because there are regulations governing the distribution of biodiesel fuel oil. The phenomenon that occurs is related to lines of biodiesel fuel when seen directly in the field, which queue the majority of sand transport trucks, and that needs to be investigated further, whether the trucks carrying sand actually have right or not. In response to this condition, his party does not want to let go. His party has tried to filter the quiet vehicles. However, he continued, everything can be successful if all related agencies can work together. If you are not part of those entitled to subsidized fuel oil, one of which is biodiesel, you should not buy subsidized fuel because it is intended for industry. Azri Ramadan continues, subsidized biodiesel fuel oil has a limited amount. This means that a special quota in Tarakan for biodiesel distributed to public refueling station has been set. Well, I think that's all the news for today. With me, Mutiara. Don't forget to follow us in YouTube Tribun Lampung News Video, Facebook Tribun Lampung, Instagram @Tribun Lampung, and TikTok @Tribun Lampung for further information. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.